The first light over the Pacific reveals a world ruled by silence and pressure. In these waters, survival is not a contest of size, but of strategy. And no creature, no shark, no giant squid, no whale, has shaped this realm with more precision than the orca. They travel in tight formations, cutting the surface with effortless symmetry. To many coastal cultures, they were spirits of power. To early sailors, they were enigmas that surfaced without warning, capable of dismantling a whale twice their size. Their reputation traveled the world long before scientists followed them with hydrophones and cameras. Here, the ocean does not belong to the strongest jaw. It belongs to the sharpest mind. Across centuries of observation, from indigenous knowledge to modern marine studies, one truth never wavered. Orcas operate at the top of the food chain, unmatched, unhunted, unchallenged. Even the bull shark, notorious for unpredictable attacks and raw aggression, yields in the presence of coordinated orca dominance. The setting is vast, but the story is direct. A predator that rewrote the rules of the sea. And every rule begins with how they move, think, and hunt together. The earliest scientific records describe orcas with a mix of awe and uncertainty. Researchers documented their presence from polar waters to equatorial shores, noting that no marine environment was beyond their reach. Their adaptability wasn't simply biological, it was cultural. Each pod carried its own hunting traditions, passed down through generations. In Antarctica, observers recorded orcas working in unison to generate waves strong enough to unseat seals from ice floes. In the open Pacific, pods pursued dolphins with controlled bursts of speed, herding them with the precision of practiced formation. Near temperate coasts, they targeted sea lions and large fish, adjusting their methods to local terrain. These were not isolated behaviors. They were strategic frameworks. No single orca dictated them. Their origins remain unrecorded. Time left no explanation for when these methods first emerged, only the evidence of their refinement. Meanwhile, sharks, bull sharks included, relied on individual power. Powerful, yes. Aggressive, unmistakably. But alone. The orca's rise as an apex predator was not built on teeth alone. It was built on knowledge, shared, remembered, and executed without hesitation. Shark dominance falters where cooperation becomes essential. Encounters between orcas and sharks have been documented from South Africa to the Pacific coast of North America. The results formed a pattern too consistent to ignore. Marine biologists recorded cases where orcas immobilized large sharks by flipping them into tonic immobility, a state where the shark's body shuts down. Once overturned, even formidable species like the great white offered no resistance. In certain regions, shark populations temporarily abandoned hunting grounds after orca arrivals, an ecological shift measured through tagging data and long-term surveys. What prompted orcas to target sharks in these events is not always clear. Some hunts focused on nutrient-rich organs like the liver. Others appeared to be territorial responses. The records don't specify intent, only the aftermath: sharks displaced, or sharks dead, and orcas departing unharmed. This turning point in our understanding reframed the ocean's hierarchy. Aggression alone did not define supremacy, coordination did. The bull shark, capable of freshwater incursions and responsible for many human encounters, remains one of the world's most adaptable predators. But adaptation through solitary instinct cannot counter a collective strategy refined over thousands of years. In the presence of an orca pod, even the deadliest shark becomes the hunted. As research expanded, the picture sharpened. Orcas displayed dietary specialization at unprecedented levels. One pod might hunt marine mammals exclusively, another might focus on fish, another on sharks. Each culture developed skills tailored to its environment, and these skills were retained across generations. Satellite tracking revealed their navigational mastery, long-range movements tracing invisible highways across the ocean. Acoustic recordings exposed layers of communication, from coordinated pursuit to teaching young members how to follow the pod's choreography. Every insight led to the same conclusion. Their position at the top was not earned through force, but through organized intelligence. The lesson from the data is clear. Predators rise by strength, but they remain dominant only by adapting. Sharks perfected individual power. Orcas perfected collective power. And in the ocean's relentless calculus, collective power proved the sharper blade. Beneath the surface, the orca's greatest weapon is not muscle but information. Their use of sound reveals a level of environmental awareness unmatched among ocean predators. High-frequency clicks map out prey with precision. Low-frequency calls travel miles, keeping the pod connected even across vast stretches of open water. Researchers documenting these sound patterns found something striking. Pods maintain acoustic identities. Each group's calls act as signatures, marking lineage and shared history. These identities don't merely distinguish groups, they shape behavior. Pods with different vocal traditions hunt differently, travel differently, and interact with other pods through complex social protocols. The origins of these variations remain unwritten. Time preserved no record of when these distinct cultures began. What makes this remarkable is its practical effect. Sharks navigate primarily through instinct and sensory perception. Orcas navigate through communication layered with meaning. A bull shark may detect vibration and blood with remarkable accuracy, but it does not share a tactical vocabulary with others of its species. Orcas do. In coordinated hunts, this matters. Every shift in formation, every surge of speed, every silent dive, information flows across the pod in real time, creating a unity that transforms individual bodies into a single, fluid force. Their supremacy is not an accident of evolution. It is a result of strategy refined through generations that never leave written trace, only observable mastery. The ocean's greatest hunters are not the loudest, nor the most aggressive, but the ones who mastered unity. The orca stands alone in that realm, an apex predator shaped not only by evolution, but by memory, culture, and coordination that reshaped entire ecosystems. Where sharks patrol with personal ferocity, orcas move as a single mind spanning generations. Their dominance is not a myth or a legend. It is a record written in coastlines, in migration routes, and in every species that changes course when a black and white fin breaks the surface. The sea remembers its rulers, and among them, none stride more confidently through the depths than the orca. Dramatic silence. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you never miss the next story. Thanks for watching.